Hey there, it's Hornby here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel here, and to continue on with personal vlogs here. Here I am up to personal vlog number 70 here, and I just figure I want to talk about who and what got me started on here. As you know here, I'm a big Calgary sports fan, and speaking of that, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, home of the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders there. Just make sure you hit like, subscribe to follow along. I also do personal vlogs and attempt a comedy, and also share my experiences, let's say at sporting events or I'm on holidays there with my camera there. So that's all I do on this channel. So if that sounds like be interested in to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, just make sure you hit like, subscribe, and I also have my social media links in the discussion below there. But getting back to personal vlog number 70 here, as who and what got me started on here. Well, I definitely, like many people, I definitely watch a lot of content here. But ultimately, I've said it in many of my other videos here, is that the guy that ultimately inspired me to get started and to actually make content and be more active on this platform here is fellow YouTuber. He goes by two names here. He mostly is known as the hockey guy. That's all it is, the hockey guy. And he also is the entertainment guy here. The hockey guy is where he makes most of his videos on, and what he's most synonymous for. I know the guy's name is Shannon, and he lives around Abbotsford in the Fraser Valley in British Columbia there. So he's also a fellow Canadian, also a fellow hockey fan and sports fan there, where he has two channels there. I mean, he has enough of a following to do that. I feel at this point I don't want to have several channels here. I mean, mostly I am a Calgary sports fan, but he definitely is a big hockey fan, and he does also occasionally talk about other sports. And one thing he definitely does that always stirs a lot of debate is he does power rankings. On the hockey guy, he does these power rankings for the NHL. But he also does, NFL power rankings on the entertainment guy there. And he also talks about anything, and that's where I also do my personal vlogs here. But ultimately, that's what inspired me to get started and to be more active on actually making content here. I definitely enjoy a lot of content that I do watch on YouTube there, all sorts of content. I mean, being a sports fan and that, I definitely always watch that and see how other fellow YouTubers follow their sports, whether hockey, football, basketball, or baseball occasionally there, but mostly hockey. Is that's definitely the biggest team in Calgary is the Calgary Flames, and they own all the major sports teams there. But I feel for me, being a Calgary sports fan here, I want to cover all the teams because I have season tickets for the Calgary Stampeders and the Calgary Roughnecks there, and I do occasionally go to Flames and Hitmen games as time and money allows. But follow enough on the material there that I figure I want to give my take or do my recaps. And I definitely encourage any of you guys to follow along and make content yourself if you either watch me or anyone else on this platform here. I mean, there's so many advice channels that tell you do this, don't do that, or upload, and try to upload consistently. That's all I've been able to do to build my following there. And I know most recently, I being a Calgary sports fan, and I do have many Calgary jerseys here, as you see with many of my collection here. And even if I'm not talking primarily the Calgary Flames, I still got to pull up jerseys once in a while, though, in my personal vlogs or attempt to comedy or anything else here. But I recently did my Calgary Flames jersey ranking video. I know it's a much longer video there, but when you have a certain number of jerseys that you're talking about said team to share, and you spend a couple minutes talking about said jersey and your feelings and opinions on it, add that up over so many number, and then you got to put in some graphics here to keep it interesting and for the viewer there. And of course, it takes some time. Even in myself, it does take some time to get used to being in front of the camera like this. And I mean, I still look back and I always try to perfect or change things. And I know, for example, for me, this past couple months here, going into the new year, I started talking about, my catchphrase or slogan is, want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey here. I mean, it takes time to build up your brand, obviously. I mean, some people are able to do it quicker there, and obviously I've been following along with these channels here, but, you definitely got to do this for the right reasons. And actually, it was on the entertainment guy. He actually had a video talking about, he's fortunate enough that he's able to do what he loves, make videos, be a hockey fan, and do it for a living here. I'm not big enough to, not even yet, to make any money yet on this platform here, and definitely not enough to do this full time here. But I definitely enjoy doing this as a hobby here, and he inspired me to do that, and have realistic expectations first. I mean, it started off as a hobby for him, and eventually, he said people started watching his content. I mean, for me personally, I started searching for certain hockey topics on here, and he posted consistently enough, and I kept bumping into Shannon, the hockey guy, and thinking, yeah, I like his content. And it's that same style that I do. I know he uses whiteboards and all that stuff. I mean, he doesn't put much production in his videos, and I think for the nature of what I do, being a Calgary sports fan and personal vlogs and that, and the fact I don't have much money to buy expensive equipment, and I don't have, it's just me. I don't have, editors or, graphic guys to work on stuff in the background here. And then, for example, let's say, here, the trade deadline is coming up here, and let's say if there's a big enough trade that the Calgary Flames make that warrants me to make a video, I need to make that video as soon as possible, because people are going to watch that right away, and just have it on my backlog there to follow along there, so I don't have time to make it all glitzy and more beautiful there. I mean, for my jersey ranking video there, it was just something I felt like I wanted to do. And definitely a lot of sports hockey fans, they talk jerseys and do their rankings. And I do plan to make more ranking videos in the future, ranking anything here. But I felt I wanted to put more production in that, and also the fact I tried to promote it a little more by doing those Instagram pictures of jerseys I have in my collection here, and just put, remember this Calgary Flames jersey, talking a little about it, and put it on there. I mean, I'm always trying different things, and that's what all YouTubers do, aspiring YouTubers do, and this is definitely a creative outlet here. I say you definitely find something you obviously enjoy making videos about, and that's what I do, and that's why I keep being consistent here. I mean, try to have a main. I know everyone says find your niche, but for me personally, my niche is being a Calgary sports fan, but I want to have some more diverse content too, so that I can maybe attract in other potential viewers there. And essentially that's what the hockey guy does. I mean, he definitely is a big hockey fan. He definitely has a much bigger jersey collection than I have. As he talks about all soon to be 32 teams in the NHL there. And the entertainment guy, he also has jerseys for entertainment stuff there. And that's what inspired me to finally be more active, because I've had a YouTube channel for almost 10 years there, but I originally just used it as a place to put a few of my videos in storage there, and just to see how many people watch it. But YouTube's definitely been a much different game here the last couple of years, and I'm definitely putting my small imprint on this platform here, and definitely genuine. I'm definitely a Calgary sports fan and enjoy doing this, and I could thank him for doing that, the hockey guy and the entertainment guy. He's two channels, same guy doing the content there, but that's ultimately what got me started on here. And so yeah, I definitely, if you're thinking about it, go ahead and do it. Don't think you're gonna hit the jackpot, right? I'm definitely not making money on this yet, and definitely it's gotten a lot more difficult to make it on here, and it's hard for any of the bigger ones to give it advice that is going to work all the time. I mean, I've been trying to be more consistent. I have to make many of my videos in batches here. And what I'm trying to do more, that I feel has worked a lot more the last few months here, is instead I initially said I wanted to post weekly. But I have tried to make obviously most of my videos on the weekend that are not time sensitive. Let's say if I had a game recap or if a trade happens or a major story happens, and it seems like everything and anything has happened with the Calgary Flames this season here, that I want to make that video as soon as possible and upload it. But if it's like, a ranking video or something like this, I can make it, let's say, on a weekend, have it in my backlog, because that's what I'm trying to do now, is batch more videos. What I used to do is I made, let's say for example, if I made 4 or 5 videos in one day, I used to upload them all the same day, and I'm not doing that anymore. I want to be able to, non-time sensitive stuff, I want to be able to have it so that, because that's another thing too that you see on this platform, and I do that too, because I got my life and work to manage as well, as this is still at that hobby stage and I haven't made any money on it. But that's how you try to combat burnout, and that's how the hockey guy says he combats burnout, where he finds his limit on how many videos he makes and what kind of videos he makes, because if he spends out too much more, because he does mostly NHL there, he says he doesn't do like junior hockey or AHL as much, because he said that would burn him out, or he definitely said he didn't do, for example, the World Juniors, which is a big thing in Canada here, where we have our junior hockey team represent Canada, because yes, we love our hockey up here in Canada, that he wasn't going to follow that tournament intensely like he would do, like he does his news of the day, talking about the hockey guy, where he mentions this happened in the tournament today, and this is that game and that game. It doesn't break it down to the point like he scored at this time, this happened, that happened, as he does his NHL games, because that's what he's most known for. But they always say find your niche here. I mean, if you're cooking channel or fashion channel, let's say if I did this, mostly Calgary sports, and then suddenly I did makeup, I just couldn't think of anything on the top of my head. People would be like, what the hell? And then you got some other bigger YouTubers that do their thing here too. So that's ultimately this personal vlog. I say who and what got me started on here is the hockey guy and the entertainment guy here. And if you're thinking about doing this, I encourage you to do it, and just have realistic expectations here, and post as much as you can that's manageable for you. So anyway, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, home of the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders, just make sure you hit like, subscribe, and follow along with that bell icon to be notified as soon as I upload anything. As I say, I mostly do Calgary sports, game recaps, major stories, and that, as I mentioned. Personal blogs, where I talk about anything, and this is what I decided to talk about for this one, being number 70. I've done 70 of these over the past year and a half, when almost 2 years that I've been taking this more seriously here. I also do attempt at comedy and share my experiences, let's say when I'm at a sporting event or I'm on holidays here. So that's all I put on this channel here, to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey. If that sounds like you're interested, just make sure you like and subscribe, and I also have my other social media links in the description below to also follow me there. So as I'll say in this case, go Flames go, and I'll see you in the next video.